every time I would go with my brother to school, god damn it, I would ask him specifically to take me back home in the middle of his classes, in the middle of the day, so that I can take a leak at home. Guess what? When I get home, I'm not going back to school. Why am I going back to school? To do what? See, school is over. I'm sure by now you have noticed I recorded all of this in one day, in one sitting. No wardrobe change, no nothing whatsoever. Should be fun anyway. My brother and I have an age difference of 2 years or 2.5 thereabouts, depending on the months we were born and whatnot. So by the time he was starting school, when he was like 4 or 5, I was 3 thereabouts. I could talk and I wanted some action in my life. So what I used to do, every time my brother wakes up to prepare to go to school, I would wake up, not prepare to go to school, but when he's done and he's leaving, I'd follow him running and crying so that my mom won't smack me and tell me to go back to sleep. So mind you, by the time my brother was starting school, of course we had just moved to the village, getting to know Wagwan with the area, and he started school in a small public village school. It wasn't far from home, it was just a walking distance and whatnot. So I would go with him, and every time I would go with my brother to school, god damn it, I would ask him specifically to take me back home in the middle of his classes, in the middle of the day, so that I can take a leak at home. This whole story of school has toilets, latrines, and whatnot, I did not used to hear about it. I did not know about it, and it was not in my vocabulary. I'm coming to school with you in the morning, 100%. I'll throw a tantrum until I come to school with you. When I get there, pray to God that I get pressed to pee or to number 2 at the end of your day. Because if it's anywhere in the middle of that day, in the middle of your lesson, he's taking me back home to pee. Guess what? When I get home, I'm not going back to school. Why am I going back to school? To do what? See, school is over. Every time I'm pressed, school time is over. People don't go to school after being pressed. When? Where? In what school? Doesn't make any sense. So my brother got tired of me. I was like, And honestly, I can't blame him. That's some ridiculous shit to do to someone. Like, why are you crying to come to school with me every time, and when you want to pee, you want to go home? Me, I'm trying to do 1+1 and sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and you want me to get out of the twinkle twinkleness and take you back home? And when I get you back there, I can't even come back with you? You're a little shit. I am a great baby, not a little shit. But anyway, those times they used to give us milk at school. Like, was it occasionally or every day? You remember those moi times when they used to bring like packets of milk to school and give to every pupil? Yeah, those were the times. And I don't think I was a fan of milk even then. Or if I were, I just kind of liked my brother's company. So I used to take my milk, give it to him or any one of my other siblings. Anyway, but that got tiring. I got bored. I was like, there's no fun in here anymore. Like, the hell am I doing? Going to school to want to pee and then go back home. It's not fun. So I dropped out of school. Of course, I was too young to be in school in the first place, but I dropped out of school. And I was like, I'll just chill with mama at home. Mama's cool. Mama does some cool stuff. I don't know what those are, but she does some cool stuff, and I will stay at home with her, and I will not go to school again. And that was cool for some time. And then now I got to the age where I actually needed to go to school, like a year later, when I was 4. And then when I was 4, there was a church preparatory school, pre-primary. It was just neighbors with my mom's farm. So it was very easy for me to access the school and easy for me to come back home. I didn't need someone to go grab me and things like that. I'd just walk with the rest of the kids going there. And, I know where home is. If it's such a trouble, just hop over the fence and then walk through the shamba, which is dangerous. Probably could meet a snake or something like that. So I didn't used to do things like that. But anyway, got to this time, enrolled in school, started my own Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, Baby Jesus, and all of that nice stuff, and 1+1 rhythms, and feeling nice, feeling adulthood. Like I'm being an adult. I'm learning stuff. School is nice. I'm going to school. Plus, I'm not going with any of my siblings. I am the only one of my mom's that is in this school, so I'm special. Yeah. But the fun with this school was not even that. The fun with this school was that every time there's a break time, I could peek through the trees. I think I mentioned the school was adjacent to our farm. So when I stand at the fence, put the hand through the fence, I'm basically at home. So, and where there was this umbrella tree that my mom used to like to sit under and, drink tea. Parents are there, drink 10 a.m. tea, after lunch tea, 4 p.m. tea, after dinner tea. Every time is tea time. So, and coincidentally, at 10 a.m. is also the time we used to have like our short break at school to just run around the school and do what kids do when they're at break time. Some pee on themselves, some bully others, some get bullied, others just chill around and make stories. Me entertain other people, of course. But the joy of that whole situation was every time I'd step out of the class at around that hour and look through the fence to our compound, I'd see my mom under the tree drinking tea. Guess what Sharon would do? For year Sharon, not this one. Of course, I'd leave school, I'd go home, drink tea with my mom, drink tea some more, and then debate with her through tantrums and crying and telling her false things that people are doing to me to school so that I don't go back to school, And the wildest part is we used to go to school for half a day. So after break, I only needed an hour and then I can go back home for the rest of the day. But not Sharon when she goes home. She just wants to stay at home. But yeah, that went on for like 3 or 4 times. My mama got tired, smacked me a couple times, stopped doing it a couple times. And then it got to that time again where I had to quit school. Didn't have to. It was just not working for me. I was smart. I didn't need those twinkle, twinkle little stars, I think. Just saying. And then a year later, now I became serious with my life. I was 5, and when I started school, the school that I started at, it was a private primary school, the only one in our village, I think, until now, if it still exists. At some point, it burned down after I finished class 8. Anyway, so I was serious with life. I started school. The school only had the program for nursery, class 1, and then moving on. There was no baby class, I don't know what, or PP1s and PP2s like these days. So I went in, full on PD uniform and all that stuff. And I did some genius stuff in school. I'm very proud of me after, trying 2 other schools before that. That's Great Baby Part 4.